Some students hold false beliefs about what helps them to learn. They should jot down notes, attend classes, and try testing themselves. Human brains need to move knowledge from working memory to extended memory. Easy behaviors that can change how students learn and improve exam marks. I don't even need to take notes at all, therefore they are in the book already. I can miss class and study on social media during it since I can always get a recording to watch later. I do not have to go over the topic for the term because a teacher will go over it again in class. I will eat like a horse for the exam the day before. These are everyday student thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. Every single one of them is wrong and makes learning too difficult for them. Working on these beliefs indicates poorer exam gobs, and more importantly, poor learning over the long duration. Psychology on research suggests that teaching and learning have key indications for which behavior students should practice and why. At all, is our brains and memory techniques have limitations and we can help them out? These are easy techniques for starting the academic year well. Subscribe to keep updated. First of all, we should not blame students for thinking these thoughts. Many courses are designed and or teachers' practice seem to facilitate and cite some of these behaviors. If tests are not incremental, or students do not have the chance to exemplify their knowledge over time, then compressing seems to work. If slips are loaded with text and the class is operating in one directional content angle from the lecturer to the student, then getting the slip seems to prevent note-taking and even attending class. Not all lecturers will stress the importance of taking notes and other useful approaches to students, and if they do not fasten it to what it does to your brains. Our brains are fascinating organs. We have about 128 billion neurons, and in response to illusions, we use all of them. Learning also controls some parts of the brain. For learning, a somewhat long-duration change in knowledge takes place. We need to get new material into our long-duration memory. Long-duration memory has a huge ability and can store things for long periods, depending on how well that thing is learned. But before information can go into long-duration memory, it lives in operating memory, which has very limited ability and short storage time. Psychology research indicates that operating memory can only remember some pieces of information and relies on structures called unipolar neurons and multipolar neurons. Based on what the student does, the unipolar neurons have a single long nerve cell that is responsible for sending electrical alerts. And multipolar neurons can receive impulses from numerous neurons by nerve fibers. To get it there from operating memory, there are some simple practices to do. This is where taking notes, attention, and detailed study techniques come in. Pay attention. Attention is one of the main key parts of learning. Because of the low ability to operate memory, the less attention one pays in class, the less likely will things from operating memory go into long-duration memory. Operating memory capacity also differs from person to person, which explains why some students can listen to music and study while others cannot. Distractions such as movies, music, shows, or even people having conversations around us, are all tear off operating memory. Oh yes, if you do not attend class, well, you have even more work to do, and listening to a recording without attending classes has implications for your studies. 2. Take notes. The process of taking notes makes the listener's brain actively work with the things to be learned. Assuming the lecturer is not talking too fast and provides time to contemplate, taking good notes is a crucial learning technique. Notes help you organize things well, provide a record of what is to be learned, and support your operating memory in strengthening what is to be learned. It is important to look through your notes the same day they are taken to support the change of things from operating memory to long-duration memory. 3. Practice restitution. You can ask any cognitive psychologist that, what is the best way to study, and they will say successive relearning or recalling studies. The key parts involve testing yourself on what you are learning continually, and spacing out how usually you test. The mere point of seeing if you can recall something makes the neurons that illustrate that knowledge form stronger connections with other neurons. The more powerful the connections, the stronger the memory, and the easier it is for your brain to organize the information in your neopallium. Practicing restitution information is one of the best ways to help your brain move information from operating memory to long-duration memory. The more you practice, the better your memory for the things you have memorized and the better the learning. These 3 techniques are the most effective for learning. There are many ways to take good notes and practice restitution, and both of these techniques can benefit you from purposely observing your knowledge. These are good habits to start and develop early. When classes resume again, it is easy to go back into past habits. Many students think that just rereading notes, making the point a lot, and making notice to remember is a good study habit. These techniques have very low benefits. Planning on taking good notes and then building restitution practice for all classes spread out over multiple days a week is key.